Toxic behavior often arrives cloaked in subtlety. It whispers doubts into your ears and chips away at your confidence, leaving you feeling drained and depleted. Unlike a raging storm, toxicity creeps in like a persistent draft, chilling you to the bone without announcing its presence. These actions, often disguised as concern or affection, can significantly impact our well-being. Recognizing these subtle stings is crucial for protecting ourselves from their venomous effects. The impact of toxic behavior is insidious, slowly eroding our self-worth and emotional resilience. We may find ourselves questioning our judgment or feeling perpetually on edge. This emotional turmoil can manifest physically, leading to stress, anxiety, and even physical ailments. The first step toward healing is acknowledging the presence of toxicity in our lives. We must shed light on these subtle manipulations and understand their profound impact on our well-being. Only then can we begin to build our defenses and reclaim our inner peace. Identifying a toxic individual requires careful observation and a willingness to see beyond charming facades. They may present themselves as victims seeking sympathy and support, only to turn and use your empathy against you. One of the hallmarks of a toxic person is a blatant disregard for boundaries. They bulldoze through your comfort zones, ignoring your protests and dismissing your need for space. This disrespect for boundaries extends to emotional manipulation, where they employ guilt trips, passive-aggressive comments, and veiled threats to control your actions. Another red flag is their inability to accept responsibility for their actions. They are masters of deflection, twisting situations to paint themselves as the injured party. Criticism, negativity, and judgment flow freely from them, poisoning the atmosphere around them. Recognizing these traits is paramount, for it allows us to protect ourselves from their insidious influence. By understanding the tactics employed by toxic individuals, we can begin to build up our defenses and navigate their presence with greater awareness. In the face of such emotional turmoil, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a beacon of hope. Stoicism teaches us that our power lies in controlling our responses to external events. We cannot control the actions of others, but we can choose how we react to them. Central to Stoicism is the concept of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from the shackles of resentment and frustration. This doesn't mean passively accepting injustice. It means choosing not to be ruled by negativity. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature, accepting the impermanence of all things. This includes relationships. Understanding that not all relationships are meant to last forever can be liberating. It allows us to let go of toxic connections without bitterness, making space for healthier, more fulfilling relationships to blossom. By embracing the Stoic principles of reason, virtue, and living in agreement with nature, we can begin to build an inner fortress that protects us from the toxic storms raging around us. Section 4. Practical Stoicism. Navigating the toxic maze. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it is a set of practical tools for navigating the challenges of life, including encounters with toxic individuals. One of the most powerful tools in the Stoic arsenal is the practice of mindfulness. By cultivating present moment awareness, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, preventing them from controlling our actions. When confronted with a toxic individual, pause before reacting. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. Focus on your own actions and responses, choosing to respond with calmness and composure rather than reacting with anger or frustration. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with toxic individuals. Clearly communicate your limits and be firm in upholding them. Remember, you have the right to protect your emotional and mental well-being. Finally, prioritize self-care. Engage in activities that nourish your soul. Spend time in nature, practice mindfulness, connect with loved ones who uplift you. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is essential for maintaining your inner strength and resilience in the face of toxicity. Section 5. Inner Peace, Your Ultimate Victory. The true victory in any encounter with a toxic individual lies in maintaining your inner peace. This doesn't mean you have to tolerate their behavior or remain in a harmful situation. It means refusing to let their negativity poison your spirit. Remember, you have the power to choose how you respond to toxicity. You can choose to rise above their pettiness, maintaining your dignity and integrity. By embracing Stoic principles, you can find tranquility amidst the chaos, emerging from these encounters stronger and more resilient than ever before. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards are immeasurable. The peace of mind and emotional freedom you gain by mastering your inner world are worth every effort. Remember, you are not defined by the negativity directed towards you. You are defined by how you choose to respond to it. Choose wisdom, choose resilience, choose peace. Toxic behavior can feel like poison. It can come from family, friends, or people at work. These people often spread bad vibes and make us feel tired. They might always criticize us, try to trick us, or ignore our feelings. It's important to remember that toxic people often act this way because they're hurting inside. But understanding their pain doesn't mean we should let them treat us badly. Spotting these behaviors is the first step to protecting ourselves. Like a sickness, we need to know what it is before we can get better. Stoicism, a way of thinking from a long time ago, gives us great tools for dealing with toxic people. This ancient philosophy, founded in Greece and later adopted by the Romans, emphasizes rationality and self-control. It has been practiced by some of history's greatest minds, including Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions. By concentrating on our internal world, we can maintain peace and composure, even when external circumstances are chaotic. One important idea is pause and think. This means taking a moment to reflect before reacting impulsively. It allows us to respond with wisdom rather than emotion. Before reacting to toxic behavior, take a deep breath. This simple act can help calm our mind and body, giving us the space to choose a more thoughtful response. Ask yourself, can I control this? This question helps us to distinguish between what is within our power and what is not. Often the answer is no. Recognizing this can free us from unnecessary stress and frustration. Another idea is setting boundaries. This involves clearly defining what behaviors are acceptable and which are not. This means clearly saying what behavior is okay and not okay. It's about communicating our limits in a firm but respectful manner. For example, you can say, "Yelling makes me uncomfortable. Let's talk calmly." This sets a clear expectation for how you wish to be treated. Stoicism reminds us that we can choose how we react, even in tough situations. By exercising this choice, we can maintain our inner peace. Like building a strong shield, these ideas protect us from feeling bad. They empower us to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Stoicism isn't just about big ideas. It gives us practical tools for everyday life. These tools can be applied in various situations, helping us navigate through daily challenges with a sense of calm and control. One tool is disengaging. Sometimes the best way to handle a toxic person is to just walk away. This act of stepping back allows you to preserve your peace and avoid unnecessary conflict. This isn't about being mean, but about taking care of yourself. Prioritizing your well-being is essential, and sometimes that means creating distance from negativity. Another tool is emotional control. This involves recognizing your emotions and managing them effectively. It's normal to feel angry or hurt by toxic behavior. These feelings are natural responses to difficult situations. But Stoicism encourages us to notice these feelings without letting them control us. By observing our emotions, we can choose how to respond rather than reacting impulsively. Remember, you choose how you react. Every situation offers a moment to pause and decide your course of action. Like the captain of a ship, stay calm and navigate the rough waters with a clear mind. Your ability to remain composed will guide you through even the most turbulent times. Section 4. Staying calm in the storm. Imagine a strong castle in a hurricane. This is what Stoic resilience looks like. Stoicism teaches us to stay calm inside. No matter how crazy things get around us, we can find peace inside ourselves. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but approaching them with a clear head. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or just take deep breaths to center yourself. Remember, You're not defined by the negativity aimed at you. Like the castle, your inner strength can handle any storm. Section 5. Make yourself stronger. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, often neglecting our own well-being. But it's crucial to take a step back and focus on strengthening ourselves, both mentally and physically. Dealing with toxic people can be tiring. Their negative energy can drain you, leaving you feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. It's important to recognize when you're being affected and take steps to protect your energy. That's why self-care is important. Taking time for yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Whether it's a spa day, a relaxing bath, or simply a quiet moment with a good book, these activities help recharge your batteries. Do things that make you happy and give you energy. Engaging in hobbies and activities you love can bring immense joy and satisfaction. Whether it's painting, dancing, or playing an instrument, these moments of happiness are vital. Spend time with people you love, do your hobbies, and surround yourself with positive influences. The company of friends and family can uplift your spirits and provide a strong support system, or just relax in nature. Nature has a calming effect on the mind and body. A hike in the forest or a peaceful moment by a lake can do wonders for your well-being. Think of self-care as making the walls of your castle stronger. Just as a castle needs strong walls to protect its inhabitants, you need self-care to protect your mental and emotional health. The stronger your base, the better you can handle tough situations. Building a solid foundation through self-care practices ensures that you are resilient and capable of facing challenges head-on. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. By using Stoic ideas, setting boundaries, and asserting your needs, you create a safe space for yourself. And taking care of yourself, you can navigate tough relationships and maintain your peace of mind. Journaling and mindful walks are excellent ways to reflect and stay grounded. You can handle tough relationships and keep your peace of mind. Stay strong, stay resilient, and practice deep breathing exercises to manage stress effectively. And always remember how valuable you are. Your well-being is paramount, and taking steps to fortify your walls will ensure you lead a balanced and fulfilling life. The drama llama, we all know one. They are the ones who thrive on chaos and conflict, always stirring the pot and creating tension wherever they go. That co-worker who loves a good office blow-up. They seem to relish in the drama, turning every minor issue into a major catastrophe. That family member who turns every braai into a boxing match. No family gathering is complete without their signature outburst, making everyone walk on eggshells. These are the drama llamas. They thrive on the energy of conflict, feeding off the emotional turmoil they create. They yell, they manipulate, they suck the fun out of everything. Their presence can turn a pleasant day into a nightmare. They love getting a rise out of you, feeding off your frustration, your anger, your sadness. It's like they have an insatiable appetite for drama. But what if there was a way to shut them down? What if you could disarm their emotional weapons and protect your peace? What if you could become immune to their drama? Imagine being able to stay calm and composed, no matter how much they try to provoke you. The Stoics, these wise old philosophers, had a trick up their sleeves. Become boring. They believed that by not reacting, you take away the drama llama's power. Now, this doesn't mean becoming dull or a pushover. It means mastering the art of emotional detachment, staying grounded and unshaken. It means refusing to play their game. By not engaging, you deny them the reaction they crave. It means building a wall so strong their drama storms can't break through. Protect your peace and let the drama llamas find another pasture. Your secret weapon. The Stoics believed we can't control what happens around us. They taught that the world is full of unpredictable events and circumstances. We can't control what people do, say, or feel. The actions and emotions of others are beyond our grasp, but we can control ourselves. Our own thoughts, reactions, and perceptions are within our power. That's the big idea behind Stoicism. It's about focusing on our inner world rather than the chaos outside. We control our thoughts, our reactions, how we see the world. This internal control is our true strength. This is our superpower, and no drama llama can take it away. It's like having an invisible shield that deflects negativity. By focusing on what we control, we build a shield that protects us from their attacks. This shield is made of our resilience and inner peace. This shield isn't built in a day. It requires patience and consistent effort. It takes practice, using these Stoic ideas every day. Each moment of mindfulness adds a layer to our shield. But each step we take, we get a little tougher, a little stronger, a little more boring to the drama llama. Over time, we become unshakable. Building your fortress. Just like a castle on a hill, your defenses need to be strong and resilient. First, you've got to spot the game. Recognize the signs of chaos and drama from a distance. The drama llama loves attention, pulling you into their show. They thrive on the chaos they create. They want to see you react, to feel you getting upset. Your reaction fuels their fire. Once you see what they're doing, you can stop it. Set boundaries. Clearly define your personal space and limits. Maybe you talk to them less. Avoid certain topics or steer clear of conversations that lead to drama, or just walk away when things get heated. It's okay to remove yourself from toxic situations. Remember, you don't have to put up with their nonsense. Stay cool. Practice mindfulness and keep your peace. When the drama llama explodes, you might want to explode back. The urge to react can be strong, but that's exactly what they want. They want to drag you into their storm. Instead, take a deep breath, count to 10, and remember you're in charge of your own feelings. Stay grounded and in control. Don't feed the llama. The less you react, the less interesting you become to the drama llama. They want a fight, a reaction, something to feed on. By not playing along, you cut off their food supply. You become like a slippery rock, their drama bouncing right off you. This doesn't mean being mean or heartless. You can still be kind and understanding, but without getting sucked into their show. Remember, you're not responsible for their feelings. You can't control how they feel or act, but you control how you respond. Your chill zone. Becoming boring to the drama llama isn't about them. It's about you. It's about taking back your power, your peace of mind, your happiness. It's a journey, not a race. There will be times you mess up, you react, you get pulled in, but that's okay. Each time you see the pattern and choose a different response, you're making your shield stronger. And with each step you take, you get closer to a life with more peace, more strength, and more freedom. Toxic people are an unfortunate reality of life. Their negativity can feel like a heavy weight, dragging us down and draining our energy. These individuals might constantly criticize, manipulate, or disrespect boundaries, leaving us feeling frustrated and emotionally exhausted. It is essential to recognize the impact of such interactions on our well-being. We must prioritize our mental health and develop strategies to navigate these challenging relationships effectively. Toxic behavior can manifest in various forms. It might involve constant negativity, a persistent need to control, or a blatant disregard for our feelings and boundaries. Recognizing these behaviors is crucial to protect ourselves from their harmful effects. It's important to remember that we don't have to endure such treatment. We have the power to set boundaries and protect our peace of mind. This is where the broken record technique, a simple yet powerful tool rooted in Stoic philosophy, comes into play. The broken record technique provides a practical and effective way to handle difficult individuals while maintaining our composure. This technique is about clarity, consistency, and emotional detachment. Imagine a broken record stuck on repeat, playing the same phrase over and over again. This is the essence of the technique. First, identify your boundary. What are you willing to tolerate, and what is unacceptable? Once you've established your limit, clearly and calmly communicate it to the other person. This is where the broken record comes in. When pressured or manipulated, repeat the same statement verbatim, avoiding justifications or emotional arguments. For instance, if someone constantly demands your time and you're feeling overwhelmed, your statement could be, "I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'm unable to commit to that right now." No matter how much they try to persuade or guilt trip you, calmly reiterate your statement. Remember, the goal is not to engage in a debate, but to assert your boundary firmly and politely. This technique allows you to stand your ground without getting caught up in their emotional whirlwind. The broken record technique aligns perfectly with the principles of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in accordance with nature. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions, and accept what we cannot. When dealing with toxic individuals, we cannot control their behavior, but we can control our reactions. The broken record technique allows us to remain calm and composed, refusing to let their negativity dictate our emotions. This detachment is key to preserving our inner peace. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of virtue in all our actions. By responding to difficult people with calmness and reason, we embody the Stoic values of wisdom and self-control. We refuse to stoop to their level or mirror their negativity. Instead, we choose to respond with integrity and maintain our emotional well-being. Section 4. Real-world applications. Breaking the cycle. The beauty of the broken record technique lies in its versatility. It can be applied to a wide range of situations, from dealing with pushy salespeople to setting boundaries with demanding family members. Imagine a salesperson relentlessly pressuring you to buy a product you don't need. You can politely but firmly repeat, "Thank you for the information, but I'm not interested." No matter their tactics, your consistent response will eventually deter them. Or perhaps you have a friend who constantly seeks your help, but rarely reciprocates. You can set a boundary by stating, "I value our friendship, but I'm unable to help with that right now." This technique allows you to establish healthy limits in your relationships without resorting to anger or resentment. Remember, the key is to remain calm, consistent, and emotionally detached, allowing the technique to do the work for you. Section 5. Reclaiming your inner peace. Mastering the broken record. Technique is about more than just deflecting negativity. It's about reclaiming your power and protecting your inner peace. By setting clear boundaries and refusing to engage in unproductive arguments, you create a space of calm amidst the chaos. This technique empowers you to take control of your interactions and choose how you respond to challenging individuals. It fosters a sense of self-respect and confidence, knowing that you have the tools to navigate difficult situations with grace and composure. As you become more comfortable setting boundaries and asserting your needs, you'll notice a shift in your relationships and overall well-being. The weight of toxic interactions will lessen, and you'll find yourself with more energy and emotional resilience to focus on what truly matters. The broken record technique, rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism, is a powerful tool for navigating the complexities of human interaction. By embracing this technique, you can navigate challenging relationships with greater ease, preserving your inner peace and living a more fulfilling life. Toxic people are everywhere. They love negativity, messing with people, and drama. Their behavior can feel like a trap, trying to get you to react badly, just like them. This is the bait. They're trying to pull you into their mess. Seeing this trap is the first step to protecting your own happiness. Just like a fish avoids a shiny lure, you can learn to avoid these traps. Toxic people often use negativity to bring others down. They might complain all the time, criticize unfairly, or gossip about other people. This negativity can spread, and it's easy to get caught up in it. Tricking people is another common tactic. Toxic people might try to make you feel guilty to get you to do what they want, or act like the victim to get your sympathy. Drama follows toxic people everywhere. They love conflict and create chaos. They might exaggerate problems, start rumors, or pick fights. These tricks are all designed to get a reaction out of you, but remember, you always have the choice to not play their game. By seeing these toxic behaviors for what they are, traps, you can start to resist them. Remember, you don't have to react to their negativity, give in to their tricks, or take part in their drama. The Stoics, really wise people from ancient times, believed we can control our reactions. This is where your power is. Imagine a Stoic warrior facing a bunch of arrows. Some arrows might hit, causing small wounds. But the warrior stands strong, protected by a shield of reason and self-control. This shield is like your ability to choose how you respond. When a toxic person tries to get you upset, take a deep breath and pause. This pause is super important. It gives you time to think clearly and rationally. Ask yourself, is getting upset really helping me? Or am I letting this person control my feelings? Remember, you can't control what other people say or do, but you can control how you respond. Instead of reacting with anger, frustration, or getting defensive, choose a calmer response. This might mean setting a boundary, ending the conversation, or simply hearing their words without letting them upset you. By practicing this Stoic idea of controlling your reactions, you're taking away the toxic person's power. They can no longer push your buttons or make you upset. This is how you stay calm amidst the chaos. Imagine building a strong wall around your inner peace. This wall represents your personal boundaries. These boundaries aren't meant to keep everyone out, but to protect your happiness and create a safe space for yourself. Setting boundaries means clearly saying what you will and will not accept from others. It's about communicating your needs and limits in a respectful but firm way. For example, you might tell a toxic person, "I don't want to talk about this," or "I need some space right now." Sticking to these boundaries is just as important as setting them. When someone crosses a boundary, tell them directly. You might say, "I asked you not to talk to me like that," or "I'm going to end this conversation now." It's okay to walk away from a situation if someone keeps disrespecting your boundaries. Remember, setting boundaries isn't selfish or mean. It's a necessary way to take care of yourself, especially when dealing with toxic people. By setting and enforcing your boundaries, you are in control of your interactions and protecting your own well-being. Section 4, the art of detachment, letting go of what you cannot control. Imagine a smooth, shiny shield. Toxic words and actions are like arrows that bounce right off. This is the Stoic idea of emotional detachment. It's not about becoming cold or uncaring, but about realizing you can't control what other people say or do. When you take things personally, you let other people's negativity affect you. You give them power over your feelings. Emotional detachment means realizing their behavior is about them, not you. Their negativity is their problem, not yours. Practice noticing your emotions without judging them. When you feel anger, frustration, or hurt because of a toxic person, simply notice those feelings. Watch them come and go, like waves in the ocean, without letting them overwhelm you. This doesn't mean you should ignore your emotions. It's about learning to experience them without letting them control you. By letting go of trying to control things you can't control, you're free to focus on what you can control, your own reactions and choices. Section 5. Choosing your battles, conserving energy for what matters. Imagine a Stoic archer carefully picking their arrows, aiming only at targets that are really important. Not every fight is worth it, and not every toxic comment needs a response. This is the Stoic idea of choosing your battles wisely. Ask yourself, is this really important? Will it matter a year from now? 5 years from now? Often, the answer is no. By letting go of small annoyances and choosing to ignore petty arguments, you save your energy for the things that truly matter. This doesn't mean ignoring serious problems or letting people walk all over you. It's about knowing the difference between situations that need your energy and those that are best left alone. Choose to focus your time and energy on things you can control and that make your life better. Remember, your peace of mind is precious. Don't waste it on fights that don't help you. By choosing your battles wisely, you create space for more peace, joy, and happiness in your life. Toxic people are a fact of life. Like weeds in a garden, they drain our energy and disrupt our peace. Their negativity is contagious, impacting our thoughts, emotions, and even our physical health. We can't always avoid these individuals, but we can learn to handle them with grace. Toxic behavior takes many forms. It might be constant criticism, manipulation, or a blatant disregard for boundaries. Left unchecked, these interactions leave us feeling drained, frustrated, and questioning our own worth. But there is a better way. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to the poison of toxicity. The Stoics understood that true strength lies not in physical prowess, but in mastering our own minds. By adopting Stoic principles, we can navigate these challenging relationships with resilience and even find opportunity for growth. Stoicism, a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece, offers timeless wisdom for navigating life's challenges. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is the understanding that we are not responsible for the actions of others, but we are fully responsible for our own reactions. This principle is crucial when dealing with toxic people. We cannot change their behavior, but we can choose how we respond. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of perception. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them." This means that our suffering often stems not from the event itself, but from our interpretation of it. When confronted with toxic behavior, our instinctual response might be anger, frustration, or the need to retaliate. However, the Stoics teach us the power of non-reaction. This doesn't mean ignoring the problem, but rather choosing a measured and thoughtful response instead of an impulsive one. This pause allows us to detach from the immediate emotional turmoil and respond with clarity. It enables us to see the situation more objectively and choose a course of action that aligns with our values and principles. Another important aspect of mastering our response is setting boundaries. Clearly, communicating our limits with toxic individuals is crucial for protecting our own well-being. This might involve saying no more often, limiting contact, or ending the relationship altogether. Practical strategies for peace. Stoicism provides us with practical tools for handling toxic people in our daily lives. One technique is negative visualization. This might seem counterintuitive, but mentally preparing for potential negativity can actually lessen its impact. By imagining challenging scenarios in advance, we build resilience and are less likely to be caught off guard. This practice helps us approach difficult interactions with a sense of calm and preparedness. Another powerful tool is empathy. While it's important to hold toxic individuals accountable for their actions, trying to understand the root causes of their behavior can foster compassion and reduce our own emotional reactivity. Remember, toxic behavior often stems from a place of pain, insecurity, or unresolved trauma. While this doesn't excuse their actions, it can help us respond with more understanding and less judgment. Growth through adversity. While it's natural to want to avoid difficult people, the Stoics saw these encounters as opportunities for growth. Every challenging interaction is a chance to practice patience, resilience, and emotional mastery. Instead of viewing these situations as setbacks, we can reframe them as opportunities to strengthen our character. By approaching these interactions with a Stoic mindset, we can emerge from them stronger and wiser. Remember, we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our own responses. By embracing Stoic principles, we can navigate the challenges of toxic people with grace, preserve our inner peace, and even find opportunity for personal growth amidst adversity. The poison in our midst. Identifying and understanding toxic individuals. Toxic people are an unfortunate reality of human interaction. They are like a poison, slowly draining our energy and happiness. These individuals often exhibit negative traits. These traits can include manipulation, negativity, and a lack of empathy. Their behavior can leave us feeling drained, stressed, and emotionally wounded. It is important to remember that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our own reactions. Toxic people can be found in all areas of life. They might be colleagues, friends, or even family members. They may not even realize the harm they are causing. Regardless of their awareness, their impact on our well-being can be significant. Recognizing their presence and understanding their effect on us is the first step in protecting ourselves. It is crucial to remember that identifying someone as toxic should not be done lightly. It is not simply about disliking someone or finding them difficult. It is about recognizing a pattern of behavior that is consistently harmful to our mental and emotional well-being. The Stoic shield, finding peace within. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, offers a powerful antidote to the poison of toxic people. It teaches us that our thoughts and reactions hold the key to our well-being. Stoics believe that we cannot control external events, but we can control our own minds. This philosophy emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in accordance with nature. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the idea of focusing on what we can control. We cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our own thoughts, emotions, and reactions. By accepting this truth, we free ourselves from the grip of external circumstances and toxic individuals. Another important principle of Stoicism is the recognition that our perceptions shape our reality. It is not events themselves that cause us suffering, but our interpretations of those events. Toxic people may say or do hurtful things, but it is our own thoughts and beliefs about those actions that determine our emotional responses. Practical strategies for dealing with toxic people, a Stoic approach. Stoicism offers a wealth of practical strategies for dealing with toxic individuals. These strategies empower us to navigate challenging relationships with grace and resilience. By implementing these techniques, we can minimize the negative impact of toxic people on our lives. One powerful technique is the Stoic practice of pausing before reacting. When confronted with toxic behavior, it is natural to react defensively or with anger. However, Stoicism encourages us to take a step back and observe our emotions before responding. This pause allows us to choose a more measured and effective response. Another important strategy is setting healthy boundaries. This means clearly defining what we will and will not tolerate from others. It involves communicating these boundaries assertively and consistently. Boundaries are essential for protecting our emotional well-being and preventing toxic individuals from encroaching on our peace. Section 4. Wisdom of the Ancients, Stoic quotes for navigating toxicity. The wisdom of Stoic philosophers provides timeless guidance for dealing with difficult people. Their words offer profound insights and practical advice for navigating the challenges of human interaction with resilience. By reflecting on these quotes, we can gain valuable perspectives on managing toxicity in our lives. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "People are disturbed not by things but by the views they take of them." This quote highlights the Stoic principle that our perceptions shape our reality. By challenging our negative interpretations of events, we can lessen the power that toxic people hold over us. Seneca, another influential Stoic, offered this sage advice. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Stoicism teaches us that responding to negativity with more negativity only perpetuates the cycle of harm. By choosing to act with virtue and integrity, we rise above the toxic behavior and maintain our own inner peace. A call to Stoic action. Dealing with toxic people is inevitable. Embrace Stoicism to navigate challenges with wisdom. Control your reactions, not others' actions. Focus on what you can control. Respond to adversity with strength and wisdom. True freedom comes from mastering your mind. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind." Realize this and find strength. Start today with one small Stoic practice. Observe the transformative power in your life. In today's world, we often encounter individuals who drain our energy and disrupt our inner peace. These toxic individuals can leave us feeling emotionally exhausted and overwhelmed. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy originating in Greece, offers a powerful framework for navigating these challenging relationships and maintaining our well-being. At its core, Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and reactions. We cannot control the actions or words of others, but we can choose how we respond. This principle of focusing on our own sphere of influence forms the bedrock of Stoic resilience. Imagine Stoicism as a shield, protecting us from the arrows of negativity and toxicity that life throws our way. By internalizing Stoic principles, we can develop a sense of inner calm and strength that allows us to face difficult people and situations with grace and composure. Remember, we cannot always choose the company we keep, but we can choose how we react and interact, preserving our inner peace in the process. Stoicism provides us with a powerful set of tools for dealing with toxic individuals. These tools are not about changing the other person, but rather about changing ourselves and how we respond to their behavior. First and foremost, Stoicism encourages self-awareness. Recognize your emotional triggers. What types of behaviors or words tend to set you off? By understanding our triggers, we can anticipate potentially volatile situations and prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally. Next, practice emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or unfeeling. Instead, it involves separating our emotions from our judgments. Emotions are natural responses, but our judgments about those emotions often amplify their intensity. Practice observing your emotions without judgment, allowing them to arise and pass like waves on the ocean. Cultivating mindfulness is also essential. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment, paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment. Regularly engaging in mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, can help us develop a sense of inner stillness and clarity, allowing us to respond to difficult situations with greater composure. In addition to these core principles, Stoicism offers practical strategies for building healthy boundaries and protecting our emotional well-being when dealing with toxic individuals. First, establish clear boundaries. Communicate your limits assertively but kindly. Let the person know what behaviors are unacceptable and what the consequences will be if those boundaries are crossed. Be consistent in enforcing these boundaries. Sometimes limiting contact is necessary for self-preservation. This might involve reducing the frequency and duration of interactions or, in extreme cases, stepping away from the relationship entirely. Remember, you have the right to protect your emotional well-being. Don't be afraid to say no. You have the right to decline requests or invitations that you feel would drain your energy or expose you to negativity. Saying no to things that don't serve you allows you to conserve your energy for more positive and fulfilling pursuits. Finally, cultivate a solution-oriented mindset. Rather than dwelling on the negativity or trying to change the other person, focus on solutions and actions you can take to improve the situation. If a conversation becomes heated, try to steer it towards a more constructive outcome. Section 4, Wisdom of the Ancients, Stoic quotes for toxic times. The Stoic philosophers of antiquity offered timeless wisdom for our modern lives. Epictetus said the chief task in life is to identify and separate matters under our control from those that are not. Seneca advised, "It is better to be alone than in bad company." Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Rise above negativity, respond with virtue and integrity." Section 5. Conclusion. Cultivating inner peace in a turbulent world. Dealing with toxic people can be draining, but Stoicism offers resilience and inner peace. By internalizing Stoic principles, we navigate challenging relationships with grace. We cannot control others, but we can control our reactions. Focus on what we can control, set boundaries, and practice self-awareness. Protect emotional well-being and cultivate inner peace. Remember Seneca's words. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Respond with compassion and understanding. Preserve inner peace. Stoicism is a lifelong journey of self-improvement. Embrace Stoic principles for resilience and inner strength. Navigate challenges with peace and fulfillment. Hey everyone, let's talk about Stoicism. This ancient philosophy has been around for thousands of years and still holds valuable lessons for us today. It's a really old way of thinking from ancient Greece. It was founded in the early 3rd century BC by Zeno of Citium. Stoics believed in living a good and honest life. They emphasized virtue, wisdom, and self-control as the path to true happiness. They focused on things they could change and accepted the things they couldn't. This mindset helps reduce stress and anxiety. Stoicism teaches us to be tough and bounce back from hard times. It encourages resilience and perseverance in the face of adversity. It helps us stay calm when things get difficult. By focusing on what we can control, we can maintain inner peace even in chaotic situations. This way of thinking helps us find peace inside by focusing on our own thoughts and actions. It teaches us to be mindful and present. Stoics believed in using logic and reason to handle life's problems. They valued rational thinking and clear judgment. Stoicism gives us helpful advice that still works today, even in our complicated world. Its principles are timeless and can guide us through modern challenges. Difficult people can be real downers, right? We all encounter them at some point in our lives. whether at work, in social settings, or even within our own families. Their negativity can be overwhelming and can easily bring us down if we let it. They can make us feel bad, stressed, and even question our own worth. It's important to recognize the impact they have on our mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism gives us tools to deal with them. This ancient philosophy teaches us how to maintain our inner peace and composure no matter what external circumstances we face. It teaches us how to protect ourselves from their negativity. By focusing on our own reactions and maintaining our calm, we can shield ourselves from their toxic influence. One important idea is to focus on what we can control. We can't change how others behave, but we can change how we respond to them. This shift in perspective is empowering. Instead of getting caught up in their drama, we can choose to stay grounded and centered. We can't control how others act, but we can control how we react. This principle is at the heart of Stoic philosophy and can be a game changer in dealing with difficult people. Stoicism encourages us to pick our battles. Not every argument or confrontation is worth our time and energy. By being selective, we conserve our emotional resources for what truly matters. Not every argument is worth our time and energy. Sometimes the best response is to simply walk away or disengage. Another important thing is to set boundaries. This means being clear about what we will and won't tolerate, and limiting our interactions with those who drain us. This means limiting time with difficult people and clearly telling them what we will and won't accept. It's about protecting our own well-being. Stoicism helps us not get too emotional. By practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, we can stay calm and composed, even in the face of negativity. This doesn't mean we don't care, it just means we choose not to let their negativity take over. We remain in control of our own emotions and reactions, preserving our inner peace. Some Stoic ideas are really helpful when dealing with difficult people. One is to pause and think. Before reacting, take a breath and think about how you want to respond. Another idea is setting boundaries. Decide how much you can handle and tell them clearly and calmly. Understanding that difficult people are often struggling themselves is important, but their problems don't excuse their bad behavior. You can care about them without accepting how they act. Remember, you can't control others, only yourself. Focus on your own thoughts and actions. This will help you stay calm inside. Let's talk about some practical tips for handling difficult behavior. These strategies can help you navigate challenging interactions and maintain your peace of mind. One way is to choose your battles. Not every issue needs to be confronted. Sometimes it's better to let minor annoyances slide. Ask yourself, is this really important? Is it worth getting upset over? This self-reflection can save you from unnecessary stress and conflict. Try to be kind and understanding whenever you can. A little empathy can go a long way in diffusing tension and fostering a more positive environment. Try to see things from their point of view. Understanding their perspective can help you respond more effectively and with greater compassion. This can sometimes help calm things down. When people feel heard and understood, they are less likely to be defensive or aggressive. It's important to be realistic. Understand that change takes time and effort, and it may not happen as quickly as you'd like. Don't expect difficult people to change quickly. Patience is key in dealing with toxic behavior. Accept them as they are and adjust what you expect from them. This can help you manage your own emotions and reactions more effectively. Remember the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. This can be a powerful reminder to focus on what you can control. Focus on what you control, which is yourself. By managing your own reactions and maintaining your peace, you can handle toxic behavior more effectively. Dealing with difficult people can be tiring. That's why taking care of yourself is super important. Make time for things you enjoy, like spending time outdoors, reading, or doing a hobby. Having good friends and family is also important. Surround yourself with positive people who can support and encourage you. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect. Don't be afraid to stay away from people who are constantly mean to you. Your mental and emotional health is what matters most. By using Stoic ideas, you can handle tough relationships better, protect your inner peace, and live a happier life. Toxic people, we all know them. They are the ones who drain our energy, who seem to bring a cloud of negativity wherever they go. They're at work, in our families, sometimes even our friends. They can be the colleague who always complains, the family member who never has a kind word, or the friend who always seems to be in some sort of drama. Their bad vibes are sneaky, like poison, making us sad and stealing our peace. It's like they have a way of getting under our skin, affecting our mood and our outlook on life. We can't always get away from them, but we can learn how to deal with them. It's about finding ways to protect our own mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism, a really old way of thinking, can help us with these tricky people. This philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we can't. Stoicism isn't a quick fix. It's a lifelong practice that helps us build resilience and inner strength. It's a way to understand and deal with the world, including difficult people. By practicing Stoicism, we learn to remain calm and composed, even in the face of negativity. It teaches us that we can't control what others do, but we can control how we react. This shift in perspective can make a huge difference in how we experience and handle toxic people. That's the main idea of Stoicism. Focus on what you can change, not what you can't. By embracing this philosophy, we can find peace and strength even in the midst of negativity. The first Stoic idea is knowing the difference between what we can and can't control. This fundamental principle is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and can be applied to every aspect of our lives. We can't control what a toxic person says or does, nor can we control the actions of others around us, but we can control our own thoughts, feelings, and reactions. This means that we have the power to choose our responses to any situation. This is our inside world, the one place we have total control. By focusing on our inner domain, we can cultivate a sense of peace and resilience. Imagine a coworker always criticizing you. Their words might sting, but remember, you have the choice in how you react. You can't change them, but you can choose not to let their negativity bother you. This is where your true power lies. Instead of getting upset or feeling bad about yourself, take a deep breath. This simple act can help you regain your composure and maintain your inner peace. Stay calm and professional and focus on your work. By doing so, you not only protect your mental well-being, but also set a positive example for others. By controlling our inside world, we stop outside negativity from affecting us. This mastery of our inner domain is the key to a fulfilling and balanced life. Stoicism teaches us to see the world clearly without letting our feelings cloud our judgment. This is really important with toxic people. Their behavior often comes from their own problems and insecurities. A friend who always puts down your achievements might be insecure themselves. Their actions aren't about you, but about their own struggles. When we understand this, their words don't hurt as much. We can choose to be kind to them, knowing their toxicity is often a hidden cry for help. Section 4, the power of choice. Stoics believe in being good even when others aren't. This means doing the right thing even when it's hard. We always have a choice in how we react to tough situations. If a family member keeps bringing up arguments, we can politely change the subject. We can set boundaries, showing them we won't play their games. This might mean leaving the conversation or not responding to their negativity. By choosing our reactions carefully, we stay respectful and don't get dragged into the drama. Section 5, accepting what is, protecting ourselves. Accepting things is a big part of Stoicism. It teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. This mindset helps us find peace in the midst of chaos. It doesn't mean we like bad behavior, but it means we understand what we can and can't change. By recognizing our limitations, we can better navigate life's challenges. We can't make someone be nice or respectful. Their actions are beyond our control, but our reactions are within our power. But we can protect ourselves from their negativity. We have the ability to create boundaries that safeguard our well-being. This might mean talking to them less, setting boundaries, or even distancing ourselves from toxic environments. It's about prioritizing our mental and emotional health, or even ending the relationship. Sometimes the best way to protect ourselves is to walk away from situations that harm us. It's not selfish to take care of ourselves, it's important. Self-care is essential for maintaining our overall well-being and happiness. By accepting what we can't change, we make a healthier, more positive life for ourselves. This acceptance allows us to focus on what truly matters. Remember, we teach people how to treat us by what we accept. By setting clear boundaries, we show others how we expect to be treated. Life is a tapestry woven with relationships. Some uplift us while others can be toxic. Toxic people contaminate our lives like poison in water. They leave negativity and emotional turmoil. Their behavior drains us, causing stress and anxiety. Stoicism offers tools to protect ourselves. Focus on what we can control for peace and resilience. At the heart of Stoicism lies the empowering principle of focusing on what is within our control. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I am free to make. Where then do I look for good and evil? Not to uncontrollable externals, but within myself, to the choices that are my own." When it comes to dealing with toxic people, this principle is paramount. We cannot control their behavior, their words, or their actions. Trying to change them is often a futile and frustrating endeavor. It's like trying to change the course of a river. It will flow as it will regardless of our efforts. What we can control, however, is how we respond to them. We can choose not to allow their negativity to penetrate our inner sanctum. We can choose to maintain our composure, to set boundaries, and to refuse to be drawn into their drama. By internalizing this Stoic principle, we shift our focus from trying to fix others to focusing on our own self-improvement. We acknowledge that the only person we have true power over is ourselves. Compassionate detachment is a powerful tool in the Stoic arsenal for dealing with toxic people. It involves understanding that while we cannot condone or accept harmful behavior, we can still approach the situation with empathy and understanding. This doesn't mean we have to subject ourselves to their toxicity or enable their behavior. Instead, it means recognizing that they too are human beings with their own struggles and insecurities. Their toxicity may stem from past traumas, deep-seated fears, or a lack of self-awareness. However, we must also remember that their struggles are not our responsibility to fix. We are not their saviors, nor are we their therapists. Our primary responsibility is to protect our own well-being. Setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining compassionate detachment. These boundaries act as protective shields, preventing their negativity from seeping into our lives and affecting our emotional state. Reason over reaction, responding with virtue. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of responding to adversity with reason and virtue, rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. This is particularly important when dealing with toxic individuals, as they often try to elicit a reaction from us. When we react emotionally, we give them power over us. We allow them to dictate our state of mind and control our behavior. Instead, the Stoics encourage us to take a step back, to breathe, and to respond with calmness and rationality. We can choose to communicate our boundaries assertively but respectfully, refusing to engage in arguments or drama. By responding with reason and virtue, we not only protect ourselves from their toxicity, but also demonstrate a higher standard of behavior. We refuse to stoop to their level or mirror their negativity. The courage to disengage, prioritizing your well-being. While Stoicism encourages us to approach challenging relationships with compassion and understanding, it also recognizes that there are times when disengagement is necessary for our own well-being. If a relationship is consistently draining our energy, negatively impacting our mental health, and showing no signs of improvement despite our efforts, it may be time to create distance. This can be a difficult decision, especially if it involves a family member, close friend, or colleague. However, we must prioritize our own well-being. Disengaging doesn't necessarily mean cutting off all contact. It may involve limiting interactions, setting firm boundaries, or in some cases, walking away entirely. The key is to do what is necessary to protect our own peace of mind and emotional health. By embracing the Stoic principles of focusing on what we can control, practicing compassionate detachment, responding with reason and virtue, and having the courage to disengage when necessary, we empower ourselves to navigate the challenges of dealing with toxic people. We learn to protect our inner peace, maintain our emotional well-being, and live a life guided by reason, virtue, and resilience. In the tapestry of human relationships, we often encounter individuals who leave us feeling drained, demoralized, or diminished. These are the toxic people who, consciously or unconsciously, inject negativity and discord into our lives. Like a poison, their behavior can seep into our thoughts and emotions, leaving us feeling anxious, stressed, or even physically unwell. Toxic behavior can manifest in a myriad of ways. It can be the friend who constantly belittles your accomplishments, the family member who thrives on drama and manipulation, or the colleague who undermines your efforts at work. These individuals often leave a trail of emotional wreckage in their wake, eroding our self-esteem and disrupting our inner peace. Recognizing toxic behavior is the first step towards protecting ourselves from its harmful effects. This requires a level of self-awareness and a willingness to acknowledge the impact these individuals have on our well-being. By identifying the telltale signs of toxicity, such as negativity, manipulation, and a lack of empathy, we can begin to build our defenses and navigate these relationships with greater awareness and resilience. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to toxic behavior. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and reactions, while accepting what we cannot. Dealing with toxic people requires self-awareness and emotional detachment. Self-awareness means understanding our emotional triggers. By identifying triggers, we manage reactions effectively. Emotional detachment involves observing toxic behavior without internalizing it. Epictetus said people are disturbed not by things, but by their views of them. It's our interpretations and reactions that harm us. By detaching emotionally, we avoid negativity and maintain inner equilibrium. While self-awareness and emotional detachment provide a strong inner defense against toxicity, it is equally important to establish clear boundaries in our relationships. Boundaries are essential for protecting our mental and emotional well-being, and they send a clear message about what we will and will not tolerate. Setting boundaries with toxic people can be challenging, as they often resist any attempts to limit their control or influence. However, it is crucial to remember that we have the right to protect ourselves, even if it means setting limits on our interactions with others. This might involve saying no to unreasonable requests, limiting contact, or even walking away from the relationship entirely. When setting boundaries, it is important to be assertive and clear in our communication. We should avoid apologizing for our needs or making excuses for the toxic person's behavior. Instead, we should focus on stating our boundaries calmly and firmly without getting drawn into arguments or justifications. Remember, setting boundaries is not about controlling the other person, it is about taking care of ourselves. Section 4. Choosing your battles, when to engage and when to disengage. In the face of toxic behavior, it can be tempting to engage in battle, to try to reason with the individual or defend ourselves against their attacks. However, Stoicism teaches us the importance of choosing our battles wisely. Not every conflict is worth our time and energy, and sometimes the most stoic response is to simply disengage. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." By refusing to stoop to the level of the toxic person, we maintain our own integrity and avoid getting dragged down into their negativity. Disengaging from a toxic individual does not mean condoning their behavior or allowing them to continue harming others. It simply means recognizing that our energy is better spent elsewhere and that we cannot control their actions, only our own reactions. Sometimes the most compassionate act we can offer ourselves is to walk away from a toxic relationship and create space for healing and growth. Section 5, The Path to Peace, Embracing Stoic Principles for Inner Tranquility. Dealing with toxic people is never easy, but by embracing Stoic principles, we can navigate these relationships with resilience and peace. Self-awareness, emotional detachment, and boundary setting protect us from negativity. The goal is not to change the toxic person, but to cultivate our own inner peace. Focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. As Seneca wrote, "The good things in adversity are to be admired. Adversity helps develop our character and inner strength." Embrace Stoic principles to transform challenges into growth opportunities. Emerge stronger and more resilient. Toxic people cast a long shadow. Their negativity and manipulation can drain our energy and dim our spirit. It's easy to become entangled in their web, feeling our own inner peace slipping away. But there is a way to navigate these treacherous waters, a timeless philosophy that offers solace and strength. Stoicism. Stoicism, in its ancient wisdom, teaches us that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our own reactions. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. We must remember that we are the masters of our own inner domain. We choose how we respond to the world around us. Toxic individuals may try to unsettle our peace, but we have the power to remain anchored. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions, we reclaim our power and begin to heal. Toxicity takes many forms. It might be the constant negativity of a friend, the manipulative tactics of a colleague, or the outright hostility of a family member. Regardless of its guise, toxic behavior aims to wound and control. We may feel pressured to change these individuals, to fix their behavior, but Stoicism teaches us a different path. The best revenge, said Marcus Aurelius, is to be unlike him who performed the injury. We cannot force others to change, but we can choose not to be defined by their actions. Our focus should be on fortifying our own inner citadel, cultivating resilience and peace within ourselves. This is where true strength lies. Stoicism encourages us to observe toxic behavior without judgment, recognizing it as a reflection of the other person's inner turmoil. This doesn't mean condoning their actions. Rather, it's about choosing not to be consumed by their negativity. As Seneca wisely observed, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. By pausing, breathing, and choosing our response carefully, we break free from the cycle of reactivity. Often the most insidious damage inflicted by toxic people is the guilt and self-doubt they leave in their wake. We may blame ourselves, questioning our worth or our judgment in allowing such toxicity into our lives. It's in these moments that self-forgiveness becomes paramount. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, is not about condoning the actions of others. It's about releasing the burden of resentment and anger we carry within ourselves. Seneca reminds us, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. By extending kindness to ourselves, by forgiving our perceived failings, we begin to heal the wounds inflicted by toxicity. You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated, wrote Maya Angelou. It may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can still come out of it. Each challenge, each encounter with toxicity is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. By forgiving ourselves, we embrace the lessons learned and emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. The Stoic Arsenal. Tools for resilience. Stoicism is not merely a philosophy to ponder, it offers practical techniques to navigate the challenges of life. When faced with toxic individuals, we can arm ourselves with these Stoic tools to maintain our inner peace and protect our well-being. First and foremost, we must establish clear boundaries. This means identifying our limits and communicating them assertively. We have the right to say no to requests that drain our energy or compromise our values. Remember, as Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. Emotional detachment is another powerful tool. This doesn't mean becoming cold or unfeeling, rather it's about observing the emotions of others without allowing them to dictate our own inner state. We can cultivate empathy without internalizing their negativity. Finally, we must choose our battles wisely. Not every conflict deserves our energy. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. By refusing to engage in petty arguments or power struggles, we conserve our energy for what truly matters. Embracing the transience of life. Sometimes the healthiest course of action is to step away from a toxic relationship entirely. This can be a difficult decision, often fraught with guilt and doubt. But Stoicism reminds us that everything in life is impermanent, including our relationships. Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end, wrote Seneca. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. By accepting the transient nature of life, we can let go of what no longer serves us and create space for healthier, more fulfilling connections. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of courage and self-love. It is a testament to our commitment to our own well-being. As we move forward, we carry with us the lessons learned, the resilience we've cultivated, and the unwavering belief in our own worthiness of love and respect.